Story tonight, construction conflict.
A showdown now brewing after a controversial move to get the work up and running again on numerous road projects across our state.
On one side, MITA, the Contractors Association, who imposed the work stoppage earlier this month after their deal with union workers expired. That group announcing it's going to bring in non-union workers, some from out of state, to fix the roads. And then you have on the other side, Operating Engineers Local 324. The union workers, they say they want to work, but were laid off. Stuck in the middle, us, hundreds of thousands of drivers who want this work done, so getting around Metro Detroit isn't such a nightmare.
7 Action News reporter Kim Russell is live in Southfield, where work has been stopped now for more than 3 weeks. So Kim, are we any closer to seeing work resume?
Well, here's what we do know. There are job postings appearing today on websites that work to help companies when there are lockouts or strikes find non-union workers. In the meantime, I spoke to both sides trying to get to the bottom of what this is all about, and I found out this is not your typical labor dispute. Why exactly aren't workers out fixing our roads? It's not about money. It's not about contract terms. Finding answers can be difficult.
Well, the governor's office has asked us to kind of maintain a radio silence.
Governor Rick Snyder has asked leadership on both sides not to talk about negotiations as he works to find a way to get work back going for now. Workers say they're frustrated. They say the public assumes it's a strike, but they want to work. I spoke to one man who wanted to remain anonymous.
You know, when a lot of guys can't pay their bills, their truck payment, their house payment. You know, we've got a lot of guys have things that if they don't make these payments, they're going to default.
The union has reached out to construction contractors working to negotiate with them, but contractors have told the union to continue negotiating with the Michigan Infrastructure and Transportation Association, or MITA. It's an organization that represents more than 500 companies. The union has complained that MITA has lobbied against unions.
The union doesn't want to negotiate with the association, wants to negotiate with individual contractors that are union. It thinks the Contractors Association has become too anti-union.
In the meantime, MITA says contractors are working to find non-union workers to do the job.
Some contractors are actually looking at these headhunters who are national companies who specialize in labor disputes and can maybe bring in folks from other states.
There's no good reason why they're sitting at home right now, or anyone would have to look elsewhere to find the workers. They're here, they're in Michigan, and they've been working and are willing to go back at any time.
So MITA says it's also working with the National Guard still, seeing if it can get workers to do these jobs, to get these roads fixed before the construction season ends. At this point, though, it doesn't seem like either side is ready to budge. Reporting live in Southfield, Kim Russell, 7 Action News.
Kim, does the union have any legal obligation to negotiate with MITA?
You know what, it really depends on who you talk to. If you talk to one lawyer, they will tell you, you know what, this is industry standard in the construction business, and that yes, they probably should negotiate with MITA. You talk to another lawyer, they will say there are antitrust issues for MITA to have such wide power. So definitely a tough situation, but our roads don't have time for legal arguments. Back to you.
That is the truth. We thank you so much, Kim. And of course, we're continuing to stay on top of the construction crisis. If you have something that you want us to look into, be sure to email us at gettingaround@WXYZ.com.
Now back to the massive cleanup effort following last night's tornado touchdowns. 7
Action News reporter Simon Shaykat toured some of the hardest hit areas.
Okay, I'm having some issues there. We'll try to get that story to you just as soon as we can. 8 people connected to a suspected fraud ring in Detroit are now charged in a $2 million crime spree.
Yeah, prosecutors say they're members of the Free Band Gang. That group is accused of cloning credit cards and using them to buy gift cards from Walmart. 4 of the suspects are from Detroit. The others are from Troy.
Sterling Heights, Brooklyn, New York. They're all charged in a 23-count indictment with crimes that include